I just have some water?
Where's some wine?
Oh, I was thinking, should I have a beer?
We're all right together. What we've got?
Should we have a beer?
9 pints. Yes.
I just don't want to get too red. When I drink, I get super red. Yeah, I'm like, ah.
Oh, no. Yeah, if you want to drink, I'll drink, yeah.
I'll have a Blue Moon. Yes, please. Thank you. I do like it with the little orange slice.
You get rid of Razzie.
Thank you.
You can eat them now.
Oh my gosh.
You can eat them now, or
I'll save them.
Yeah, save up later.
Because my husband needs to try them as well.
See, that's what I mean. He can't. If he finds out you've been eating these on your own.
But it might melt in my bag.
I don't know. The AC, I think throw it in the ice. I reckon if you keep going like that with them,
I know. I'll put I'm touching them as if they're not real. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I was like, I couldn't turn up empty-handed.
Oh. Huh? Thank you.
Very welcome. Very welcome.
Podcast pints.
It really is podcast.
Yeah.
But it's nice little chair. So if someone walks in, it'll add to the flavour on it or something. It's all good, guys. Mate, thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
God, it is podcast pints, isn't it? Cheers, mate.
Podcast pints.
Very nice to meet you.
Thank you for having me.
Chocolate pints. Perfect. No, thanks. Thanks for having. Thanks for getting involved.
Oh,
like I said, the amount of people who say they can do it and then don't do it. I've had mates, like friends of mine, who I'm like, they're nailed on.
Yeah.
And they don't know. And then all of a sudden, like a random girl just says, yeah, no problem. Yeah. So I do appreciate it. And I know.
No worries.
I know how difficult it can be sometimes walking to a place where you don't know anyone. It's easier in a pub, but
yeah, definitely.
It's but it's kind of the point of what we're going to talk about, isn't it? Because of everything that you're trying to get on with now. I'd never understand why you wouldn't take a chance,
right?
Just to try and get a little bit of a connection.
Any publicity is good publicity, isn't it?
I don't disagree with you. You might be my PR person from now on, vice versa. Welcome to the Cross on the Pond podcast, hosted by me, Gary Adair, where we talk to people from all walks of life, artists, educators, entrepreneurs and adventurers, to explore the stories and lessons that can help you understand yourself, others, and create meaningful change in your own life. This week's guest is Katie Hoang. Her journey goes from Leeds to London to 6 years in Vietnam before eventually a move to the US in 2024. Each move has been a fresh start from scratch all over again. New job, new friends, and a completely new sense of belonging to build. What she's discovered in New Jersey is a big British population, but no real community to bring everyone together. So instead of waiting for one to show up, she's built it herself. In the few short months since Brits of New Jersey's inception, she's already bringing people together. In pubs, at watch parties, even over afternoon tea. One event, one room, and one connection at a time. Take us back to Leeds. What kind of kid is Katie? What were you into? Did you always feel like you were ever going to leave Leeds, or was Leeds home?
Leeds will always be home.
Right.
But I didn't see myself staying there. For as long as I can remember, all I wanted to do was move to London. That was like my goal. And obviously as a child, if you haven't traveled much, like London is the big place to be, right? So I think, from as long as I can remember, I just wanted to move to London, and that was where I wanted to be, and then ended up moving to London to study there.
Yeah.
And then that wasn't enough. I wanted more. Yeah.
Would you travel a lot as a kid?
Yeah. So I'm an only child.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So just me, my mum and my dad.
Right.
And I always say they kind of raised me. This is going to sound awful, but I was like their plus one.
Yeah.
So it was kind of, they like continued their life and their marriage and whatever. And then they had me. And I was just the little third person that would like go along with them everywhere kind of thing. So we did travel a lot, and we did actually come to America.
Oh, you did?
Quite a bit. So again, I think that's where not that I always wanted to live in America, but I'd been to America and
you see stuff, don't you?
You see it, and then, you want to see what it's like in the movies, and then you get here and you see the yellow buses, and it's like, oh, it is like the movies, and
I still do that now. That's funny that. Did you have friends like that as well at home, or were you the traveller in the because I've got friends who've got an only child, same thing. And the way you said that about being the plus one.
Yeah.
Did you have friends like that as well, or were you the pioneer kind of out of your friend group?
I guess I was. I think for me, obviously I love Leeds and I always will, and it will always be home. But I didn't see myself staying there. I know that sounds awful, and I don't mean that in a negative way or anything, but
it's not bad.
Yeah, I didn't see myself staying there. But I love going back. It's the best place to go back to.
So what's the most Yorkshire thing that you still do now?
Maybe aside from my accent, because I feel like it's still, although I've had a few people telling me that I'm getting like an American, like,
oh God,
American twist. And I'm like, I'm definitely not. You've just not heard
once
my
you go
in a while.
We'll finish that. We'll get you another one, and then we'll see how you sound right then. Yeah, that'll be funny.
But one thing I say to my husband, "Are you all right?" And when I first started saying that, he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And it's like, "Oh no, it's not. It's not concern. We just say you're all right,
yeah,
just
to
say
hello."
Yeah.
We're the same.
My
I think
husband,
he
was so concerned. He was like, "Why wouldn't I be all right?" It's like
it is. That is a true one, because I say, yeah, you're all right. Like it's like two things.
Yeah, you're all right.
It throws them off a little bit. So all right, so you do get to London. And you go to school, you studied history at uni, is that right? And then went straight in. Did you stay in London for your masters as well?
Yeah.
So you're dreaming about London as a kid. You make that first move. I would argue that the move from up north to London is arguably bigger than going anywhere else.
More of a culture shock, or yeah.
Did you enjoy it? Was it everything it was cracked up to be?
Well, it was, and it's different. And again, people now, they ask me, how does New York compare to London? And I always say it's so difficult for me to say that, because in London, I was a student and I was carefree, and I was, I had responsibilities, but obviously, student responsibilities, right? So it's totally different. And but yeah, I love living there. And I feel like I made the closest friends. We're all friends now. My friend visiting me here today. I loved my time at uni.
So
too much.
That's all right. No. And so you do media as a master's, journalism.
Yeah.
What doors did that open for you in London? Was it in your head that I'm going to stay here, or were you looking for the next thing?
Yeah. Well, I think I always say I kind of wish I'd taken a break between my undergrad and my master's. Just doing it back to back was very intense and very. So for pretty much all my life, I guess I thought I wanted to do journalism.
Yeah.
And then when I actually got to the master's, I felt very out of depth. Like, because everyone there as well, they'd kind of been working in journalism. They were a bit older than me. So I think I did rush into it, perhaps.
Do you think you'd have got more value out taking a step back and just seeing if there's something else out there?
Maybe. Then I feel like everything happens for a reason, right? And I feel like I would never have gone to Vietnam, perhaps. But yeah, my master's for me was a very strange year as well, because we'd had the 3 years at undergrad, and then people either moved home or they moved somewhere else. So like the London group was very fragmented as well. And I didn't have the confidence as well. I was 22. I had my 3 years in London, but then going to do this master's, and I didn't have the confidence.
So with that as well, do you, when you have your little, it's one thing to move down south, and obviously you're in uni, so you have friends and you meet everybody else. But then when they sort of go their own ways after that first year, how do you manage yourself?
I don't know. I feel like up until university, you kind of have this set path, right? You go to school, do your A-levels, you go to uni, everything's very much
it's set out for you,
right? And then you get to the end of that, and it's like, what now, right?
Yeah.
What do I now? It's the big world out there, and how do I choose what to do? So I don't know. I feel like I'm glad I did the masters, because it did open doors further down the line. But I feel like I wasn't. I was like a 22-year-old. I was so young still, and so shy, and not comfortable talking to people the way I am now.
Yeah.
And
so how does a girl who's got ambitions of London does a history undergrad, and then you go into journalism, so there's a track.
Yeah.
How does that girl end up in Ho Chi Minh City.
Mm-hmm.
How's that happen?
So I'd always had an interest in Vietnam.
Okay.
I studied the Vietnam War when I was doing my undergrad.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I did my master's, I also focused on Vietnam. And I don't know why, I just had this. People were like, had you ever been there? It's like, no. I was just so interested. Like, American history was my forte, my thing. And yeah, I just focused on the Vietnam War. And then that turned into moving there.
Class.
Hello.
Paulie, no, Rian's next door.
Okay, I don't get it.
You know, so London to Vietnam,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter how much you like the Vietnam War, you're still 6,000. How far is that?
It's, I'm not sure, but 9-hour flight.
On your own? I mean,
Yeah.
as in you moved on your own?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Like, what's the toughest thing about that decision? Who do you tell first?
I was coming towards the end of my master's.
Yeah.
And I'd applied for a few grad schemes, kind of, you know, entry roles, unsuccessful. But again, like, my heart wasn't in it, you know, and I was like, oh, this doesn't, I don't know, this doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
I'd visited a friend in Australia that April.
Oh, all right. So you know how far, distance-wise.
Yeah. And that was like my first solo trip. Even though I was meeting friends there, you know, traveling solo.
Yeah.
And I think I just got the bug. I just got the solo travel and just the...
Yeah. I get it.
The need to just travel solo and just be independent.
Do you think you got that from your parents as well, though? Being an only child, like, do you see what... Do you think they encourage that as well? Because...
Yeah.
Not that they didn't need a +1 all the time, but they were like, do this, experience this, give yourself a chance. And you were used to being on your own.
Yeah, I think lots of people ask me, you know, how do your parents feel? Because you are the only child. Were they supportive, or did they want you at home? But they probably question it amongst themselves, but they've always supported everything I've done. They've never once, you know, they might, you know, have maybe that's not the best idea, but they've always supported me, which is great. And they've always encouraged me to travel and just, you know, try and make the most out of everything. Yeah. They're super supportive.
So what, was there a plan, or was it just go and have a look?
So yes, I went to Australia, came back, and it was just like something, just like a switch had changed. I just did not want to be in London. I wanted to be traveling.
Right.
That's what I wanted. I wanted to do it, be alone, and just travel and just experience the world. I also had a friend who was teaching in Thailand at the time. And he was like telling me how great it was and how, you know, the lifestyle's great and everything. But I thought, I don't want to do Thailand because I've got kind of no connection.
That's fair.
To Thailand. So I thought, let me look into Vietnam, and I'll go to Vietnam and teach in Vietnam for a year. So I looked into it all, found a TESOL course online, did all the research before even asking my parents, because I thought they're going to want to see a solid plan. They're going to want to see something. And then, I was so nervous to tell them.
What's the reaction?
Well, I told my mom, and then she was kind of like, okay, not surprised, right? Because I think, you know, they knew that I wanted to travel, and, you know, but we were so nervous to tell my dad. And both me and my mum were sat there in the kitchen, just so nervous to tell him. I don't know why. I bet he was expecting a different answer or a different thing that we were telling him or something. But yeah.
Were your mum and dad similar in that respect, was it?
Yeah, they were both very supportive, and they were like, if you've researched this and if it's what you want to do, go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
And that was it.
So you're there on your own again now. There's a theme here. Like, you don't mind doing things. I'm not saying you're alone. I'm just saying it's confident. You didn't say you weren't confident, but you kind of are confident a little bit, mate, going to these places on your own.
Yeah. And I think as well, there is a sense of not running away to a new country, but being somewhere where nobody knows you and you do not know anyone.
See, I love this.
It's so freeing. Right. And not that I switched up my whole personality, but like, you can be whoever you want to be. Right. And you have the freedom to do that. You don't have someone from high school who's going to pop up and be like, you've changed or whatever. But, it does give you the freedom to explore different interests and try different things. And I think that's the one great thing about Vietnam is that people do go over there to kind of try their hobbies out that maybe they wouldn't have done back home because they were too self-conscious or something.
Right. I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, the stand-up comedy scene is really big over there.
Tell me you did stand-up comedy.
I didn't.
Oh,
people always said, you should. And I was like, no, I don't think the stories would be suitable. Like, I'm not, no.
That's kind of the point, though. If they weren't suitable, you could get up.
Yeah. But I think it gives you that space to kind of reinvent yourself or just be who you want to be or be who you've always been, but you've been too scared to be that.
Cool. That's really cool. That's funny. So, all right. So that's the positive about going away, the anonymity, the confidence to go and also the confidence to try new things. What was the toughest thing about being away?
Oh, well, I mean, the obvious one, the language barrier. It's a very difficult language. It's not even Spanish or French where you can kind of pick up a few. Yeah. Like it's a totally different language.
Alien. I mean, to me it would be,
So I would say that was, the first kind of, the language barrier is the obvious one. And I guess just kind of getting there and just figuring it out all by myself. It's crazy because the first month, the first year is quite difficult, but then it just becomes so easy that you kind of forget about the difficult, the initial kind of difficult process of kind of settling in.
Did you make connections frequently outside of work or within work, or was the people in a similar setup to you, like, I don't know, English or Europeans going over there teaching as well?
Yeah, so it's a massive expat community over there.
See, I would never have known that.
Yeah, massive. And it was very, very easy to make friends there.
That's good. So what made you rip up your return ticket? Because you stayed there for 6 years, which is a decent whack of time, especially because you'd have been, 25, 20 at the time?
So I moved
24?
there when I was 22.
Oh, Jesus. It's all right, so 6 years at 22.
Yeah.
In a country where you don't speak the language. What made you stay?
I mean, aside from like the obvious and just having a really good time there and just loving it, I think I switched jobs. So I got a new job after being there for 6 months. So already that was another year contract. So that's already extending by 6 months at that point. And I honestly, I guess it was just a combination of everything. Just the lifestyle there is great. I really enjoyed my job there. I had a great group of friends.
Like, I'm starting, it's funny enough, like I've been very lucky over the last 23 years, touch wood, that there hasn't been a lot of drama back home. But I've had friends, and obviously there's, being in a place like Mulligan's in Hoboken, you see a lot of people. Did you ever have things that were like, that really tested you to pull you back, that tried to pull you back over those 6 years? Can you think of anything?
I mean, aside from COVID, maybe that was, but again, I feel like I met my husband at this point.
Okay.
Which
an anchor.
was, that was the anchor.
Which is fair,
yeah. Obviously he's a big reason as to why I stayed as well. Cause my life was building, starting to like build a real life there, not just have like a silly 1 year gap year, I was like, okay, my intention was to move here and just have a good time and see how things go. And now it's like, okay, my life is getting a bit serious here. Was in a long-term relationship. My career was doing well. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is actually turning into a life. Yeah. Not just a little adventure.
Yeah, jolly up.
It's real.
You're getting paid.
Yeah.
We say this all the time. Like once you start paying bills or you start doing this or things become a little bit normal, you're like, actually, I'm actually where I am supposed to be. Here.
Even like, oh my gosh, I'm going to the supermarket and doing like a big food shop.
Oh yeah.
Because I didn't do that when I first got there again, because it's like, I just wanted to have fun and I was treating it like a vacation.
Yeah.
And then once like the vacation wears off and it becomes real that you are there, it's like, oh, okay, I do have to do normal things here and like, get my dentist and get my medical checks and, just do all the,
proper.
Like do the adult stuff. It's like, okay, I guess I do live here then. And it's not just a vacation. It's real.
What was the maddest Vietnamese food that you had early on? Did you get caught out with anything where you're like, whoa?
Not that I know of.
Okay. I always think of things like Indiana Jones when they like bring out mad stuff.
So I think with
When they're in
Vietnamese
the Far East.
culture, food, it's centered around food and eating and having, family style meals where you just you don't get your own dish.
Yeah.
It's just
Grab.
loads of dishes and you just get a bit of everything. So I think a lot of the times I just didn't really know what I was eating, but it's, and it's, in the culture, if someone offers you food, it's very rude to turn it down. So you just have to suck it up. And
did you ever politely accept something that was disgusting? And you're like, lovely.
Yeah. Or we had a few times where, so my husband's family, so he was born here, but he's Vietnamese American. Yeah. And his dad's side of the family, they still live there in the north. So we visited them quite often. And a lot of the times, again, I would just be handed a dish, and most of the vast majority, it would be incredible. And again, it's like, don't question it, don't ask. I don't want to know. If it tastes good, let's just leave it at that.
Just leave it at that.
But there was one time where I was handed the weirdest dish. I don't know what it was. And everyone else was just eating chicken. And I thought, why have I got the complex dish and they're just eating? And one of the ladies was like, oh, finish this first and then you can have the chicken. And I was just like, can I just have the chicken, please? I just want basic food. Just give me the chicken.
Did you find out what it was?
I don't know what it was to this day.
Probably
no
for the best.
idea.
It's the consistency that would get me.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and I used to be quite fussy. Not fussy, but if someone handed me a mystery meat, I would not have eaten it. But now it's like, you know what? It's not going to kill you, is it?
You're battle tested now, I think.
Yeah.
I think more so than me, probably, in fairness.
Yeah, don't ask questions.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, now I know. If the consistency's all right, I'm on the texture, I'm fine now. I'm just doing I'll eat it.
And it's in Vietnam, the food's incredible. So 99% of the time, it's going to be good.
So, all right, so the 6-year thing comes to an end and you move to New Jersey. What was the big, at this point you're married? At this point, or did you get married when you moved here?
No, got married when I moved here,
Okay, so what was the sort of prompt that got you to the US?
So my husband just got a job offer.
Oh.
And that's the thing, it all happened very quickly. We kind of never really had the intention to leave Vietnam, or at least we hadn't, it wasn't on the near horizon.
Yeah.
We were very happy there. Life was great.
Yeah.
But my husband got an opportunity back here, so got to do what you've got to do. And we were super excited, and then started researching the process. The excitement very quickly faded to worry and lots of tears and how long is this going to take? And
as far as the paperwork and the... Because you're new, aren't you? Because you're 20, you've only recently moved, 24?
20, it's coming up to 2 years.
Oh, wow.
My husband got the opportunity and I'm thinking, oh, perfect. I'm going to be on the plane with him, going there in January, not knowing what was ahead.
So how did it work then? Did you have to stay in Vietnam?
I stayed in Vietnam.
For how long?
So in total, I was there just over a year by myself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he moved back here and then I would come and visit because of my job. It was the term times. So I'd have 3 months working and then 3 months off basically.
Right.
So I came over here and visited. Yeah. But it was such a weird time. And then going back to Vietnam and being there alone again and but under very different circumstances. It was
so
a crazy
strange,
time.
Because obviously you're not a Vietnamese national. Did you ever just think, I'll just go home to Leeds and then come back? Or was it just like, well, I'm kind of in Vietnam now, so that's when you go backwards and forwards?
Yeah, and I was like, I've still got my job, right? And it would be pointless to kind of go back to Leeds, get a job, and
I suppose you're right,
and you don't know how long the process is going to take to move here to begin with. So I just thought, and I've got my friends and my core friendship group is now in Vietnam anyway.
I take it for granted. I think that especially people from England will just go England to America and that's it. But you're coming from a completely different country. Going to Vietnam in itself is a step, but then also now trying to get into the US in 2024, the way things are now with visas, even if you're married to somebody or, oh God, yeah.
There's a lot.
All right, so that was a process.
Yeah.
So when you finally get here properly,
Mhm.
you move to Jersey City?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what's your first, when you first get here, and that's it, Vietnam's in the rear view
Mhm.
for the purpose of, you're moving now, this is your
Mhm.
next little chapter. What's your first memories or your first recollections of a couple of years ago when you first landed in Jersey City?
So I was visiting back and forth, so I
Right.
kind of factored that into it as well.
Okay.
But my first week I was here, I must have had pizza every day. I thought, I'm here, right? I've got to have pizza again, and I wasn't thinking as well, oh, I'm going to be living here again. You treat it as like a vacation, and you try and like do all the,
Yeah.
So that was my first memory. The first week, the first time I visited, the first week, I just had so much pizza.
It's excellent.
My first impression of Jersey was a lot better than what I thought it was. I had no ideas. I'd been to New York a few times before, but yeah, New Jersey, it surprised me, pleasantly surprised me.
It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I've lived here
Yeah.
for a while and it's all right.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know what you and especially because my husband, he was kind of again thinking of Jersey in the past and the things he told me, and I was thinking, oh, is it? Oh,
what am I walking
what
into?
am I walking into? But Jersey City is
That's
nice.
great. Yeah, it's lovely.
It's really nice.
It's really, it is really nice.
Walkable.
Greener than you thought.
Yeah, well, Jersey as a whole,
Yeah.
right? Like you've got the mountains, the hiking, the beaches. I thought, thinking like maybe it's like the movies, where it's, a bit, I don't know,
Rough.
Industrial,
yeah. And you look at Sopranos or whatever's on.
Yeah.
No, honestly, it's,
Yeah.
and I slag it, but I've been here for so long that I also understand why it's so good and why people don't leave, because you can go skiing and you can also go to the beach.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't disagree with that. And pizza's quality as well.
Yeah.
Just, are you going plain pizza or are you one of these ones that gets like everything?
Just a pepperoni.
It's
Classic
not terrible.
pepperoni.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
Yeah.
Pizza's good over here though.
Yeah.
It's the water apparently. That's what they say. It's like, I don't know, it's urban myth. You kind of answered it a little bit, but which was the easiest one of those three moves for you?
I guess, I don't know, it's so hard.
Like Leeds to
Then,
London, to London to Vietnam. That seems pretty seamless in fairness, that one.
Yeah.
The furthest one.
Yeah, and it's all about age, right? When I moved to London at 18, again, I was young. I didn't really overthink things. I didn't stress. You know what I mean? You get older and you start stressing about more things than when you're younger, right? And again, maybe I'm just looking back with rose-tinted glasses. But I think the move to Vietnam was pretty seamless. Aside from, the little language barriers and all this, that. But that was a very seamless transition. Yeah. And again, I think it's probably because I was like ready for that transition as well.
Yeah, that's true.
I was like in the mindset to just go there.
Whereas here it's like process.
Yeah, and here it was different again because it's under different circumstances moving here, and how's life in America going to be, and again like moving back to the West, I think was it's like reverse culture shock, because you get used to kind of the ways of life over in Asia. And
so what was that like a Western? What was a Western problem that wasn't even an issue to you in Vietnam?
The price of things. It's expensive here, right?
Yeah.
That's another first memory of getting here and being like, oh,
food.
It's expensive.
No, the big shop. The big shop is a proper big shop.
Yeah.
I just feel like those type of countries, or like non-Westernized countries, are just so much simpler.
Yeah, and it's organized chaos. Vietnam is organized chaos. It looks chaotic, but there's like peace within the chaos. It's peaceful chaos.
Yeah.
I
feel like that's a little bit, the only way I can equate it is like when you're walking through Manhattan, so from an outsider looking in, it looks like madness, but you know what you're doing. You talked about going from Vietnam and it being okay, and you also mentioned when we were talking before this is the fact that it was so much harder for you from an identity standpoint and just getting to know things and getting used to it to move into the US. Because you say it is simpler in Vietnam, but over here is a lot more difficult. It's harder to maybe meet people, things like that. Like, how did you find that when you first came?
I always say to people, I found the transition way more difficult than I thought I would.
Yeah. Even though it's an English-speaking country,
yeah.
even though you would think it's just an easy one. Did you didn't have a job coming in, did you?
No, and I think that was another big, you find your friends a job, right?
Especially early on.
Yeah. Or just even, something to do, right? Go to work.
Yeah.
So not being able to work, that was tough.
Yeah.
That was tough.
Especially someone who's very independent.
Yeah.
Like yourself,
Yeah. Yeah.
So what did you do? Just
walked around.
It
was a great opportunity to walk around and discover places, because obviously now, when you do work, you can't just go and do that. But yeah, not working, that was tough. And everyone always says like, oh, I thought it would have been so nice and so relaxing, but it's like, no, there's,
can be very lonely. It's very lonely, isn't it? Like, especially because I know your husband's here and your husband's very supportive, but he's got his job. And is many of his family still live in the area?
Yeah.
So you had that, I suppose.
Yeah. And I made friends and, kind of went out of my way to try and meet people. But yeah, not working, that was tough.
Were you surprised by that?
I don't know. I feel like just nothing could have prepared me for kind of how I was feeling or kind of the process to begin with. I knew a few people who had kind of done a similar process, but I didn't know anybody who'd done the process that we did.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, I had kind of no one to talk to and kind of ask for advice, I guess.
I'm sure you're finding this out now yourself, but there is a large British, Irish expat population around here. When did you first start noticing people, or did you make an effort to find other British people, or or Irish people, or did you just kind of bump into people as you went?
Yeah, I didn't really make an effort at all. Obviously, when you hear the accent, you strike up a conversation. But yeah, I didn't go out of my way to like truly find Brits. And again, maybe it's just because I was going to the wrong places, or, my husband's American, so he doesn't have that British connection to be like, these are the places in Jersey where,
Was there a point where you said to yourself, I've got to do something here because it's a lot more difficult than what I think it is, and I'm sure there's a lot more people that are in the same boat?
Yeah, definitely. So I think, I can't remember it. Someone must have said something, or I can't remember the conversation, but it like if what you're looking for, if you can't find it or if it doesn't exist, just do it yourself. If what you want is not there's nothing stopping you from doing it yourself. And yeah, I'd always been, kind of wanting to maybe get into social media a little bit, or just, local community pages, just helping out kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I saw a post of the website that I work with, so Towns of.
Okay.
That's the events platform.
Yes. Yeah.
I saw a post asking for volunteers. And again, I thought, oh, you know what? Might as well. Met with the guy, spoke to him, and he was like, what group would you create to do meetups? What are you interested in? And I thought, there's all these girls groups, yoga groups, there's so much. It's so saturated, right? Like how many running clubs can there be? And
Are you a runner as well?
I don't run now, so I don't even run. So that's not going to happen.
No.
And I was like, well, I'm British and I'm here in Jersey and I'm having a hard time, finding friends and making connections.
Yeah.
Let's start a Brits of Jersey. And obviously, there's a lot of Brits here and they have their own little friendship groups. But I think I'm in like a Facebook group, Brits in Jersey or something. But I don't know. I was like, oh, a lot of there's groups, but there's not meetups happening.
I feel like there's a lot of people, and even now, like, and we spoke about it before, like there's a lot of people now who are out on their own, doing their own thing. But it's, and this is not to sound, I'm not saying people are selfish, but it's their thing. It's not a group thing. And this is the thing that I see as well. And you talk about confidence before, which I kind of disagree with because of the way that you are. But you talk about confidence, and some people have a lack of confidence. And I'm going to throw her under the bus, but I think about my missus. She's not like me, where I'll have a conversation in an empty room. She's not like that. And she would have been crying out for something like this 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So did you feel charged with like, right, I'm going to set this up because it doesn't exist, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be the person on the other end of it.
Yeah. And I think as well that kind of the main focus of the events platform, Towns of,
Yeah.
is for events in the suburbs. Because you have all the Eventbrite and all that, but it's New York or
Yeah.
Jersey City, right? You've got to make an effort to kind of go into the city,
Which
and
some people can't.
Yeah, some people can't.
Yeah.
And let's make events in the suburbs. That's where the majority of people live, or of a certain age, right? And I don't want to be going into the city just to let's make it local.
Yeah, like, and we'll get to it in a minute as well, but a lot of the meetups like would be in a pub. Not a lot of people like going in pubs. I know we talked about coming in here and I was sat in Mulligan's in Hoboken now, but like, not a lot of people like going to pubs. Like I'm going to use my wife as an example, throw her under the bus again, but she would probably be a little bit more put off by that because, people don't feel like being around alcohol or whatever it is. So no, I see the value in what you've done, and you've had like little meetups like tea rooms. Did you go to that place in Flemington?
Yes.
What's it called again?
Yeah, Tea Berries.
Tea Berries, yeah. It's like a random house, or it used to be. Yeah, we went in there.
Really cute.
How does it make you feel, or have you seen this, where someone will walk in alone and they'll leave with 2 or 3 phone numbers of friends that they can reach out to after? Like, how's that?
No, it's
What's
great.
That do for you? Yeah.
It's great. And I love to see, and I think before the events, I kind of always overthink and I, stress out a little bit naturally. And then I think, well, no, I'm like facilitating this, but I could just go and stand in the corner, and I'm not the one who has to, I'm not doing all the talking, right? Like I'm bringing people to the room, but then they can take it from there, kind of thing. So I always get stressed thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to talk to everyone, and blah, 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 blah. But then it's like, no, everyone talks to each other, and it's been great. It's been, the ones kind of the bigger socials that we've had in pubs, they've gone really well, and people just seem to be getting on. And we had one last week, and people brought their children, and we were like babies of New Jersey over here. It's like British babies of New Jersey. Yeah, it's great. It's just so nice to see. And again, you think, oh, some people have lived here for, I think there was one person like 50 years maybe. And then, people, thank me. They're like, thank you for doing this.
That's
and I'm
nice.
like, I feel like I did nothing, but I guess I did something, right?
I was going to say, do you get to speak to these people individually, like as many as possible, I suppose?
Yeah,
will they come and introduce themselves? Like, will you give a little bit of a spiel at the beginning and then sort of stand back, or will you just sort of float around and say hello?
So, we have little stickers that we give, and then people write their name.
Is it like, hi, my name is?
Right, and you can write, I was like, put on there as much as you want, as little as you want. It's your choice. But I just try and make it as casual as possible. Obviously, we've had a few like work conversations because that's natural, right? But it's not, I don't want it, networky, or, I just want it casual. And it's just,
do you ever get
people coming together?
Do you ever get people who have really struggled to find any sort of connection to home, at least at the events that you've done so far?
Again, I think, people have found kind of their little pockets of places or friendship groups. But lots of people say, they've been to a bar, or it's been okay, but it's just missing the mark. Slightly,
What was the first one you did?
In Asbury Park.
Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah.
And was it well received?
Yeah, we just went to a pub.
Yeah.
Again, it was the first one, so I was super nervous, thinking, what if nobody comes and it's just me and my husband sat there? And that would be fine as well. But
obviously, yeah.
People came and they were chatting and socializing, and it was great.
That's cool, yeah. That's cool.
Was it great?
Without giving numbers, but was it well attended?
Yeah.
Relatively speaking,
yeah.
That's cool. And is it just British people, or is it a mix? Like, do you leave it pretty open?
Yeah, no, it's a mix. And I feel, I did one video a few weeks ago, and so many people commenting, I'm from here. Can I join? And it's anybody can join. Like, I'm not checking passports at the door. I'm not going to kick someone out.
I just don't want to turn into a speed dating thing.
Well, that's the thing as well. And it's, I've had a few messages of people being like, do you have any single British guys that I do? And it's like, no, if it naturally turns into a dating thing, so be it. But Yeah,
That's
I'm
not
not
the
doing
plan.
it. That's not the
You're
plan.
not Cilla Black.
That's
No,
not.
you're not trying to fit people up. No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
So what's been the hardest thing about, like, because we're all doing our own little thing, right? Whether we're like, I don't know, whether people are reviewing certain places in the city or in Hoboken, or, you know, me trying to run this little podcast. Or what's been the hardest thing about something like Brits in New Jersey that no one would really notice because they don't see behind the scenes all the time? If they pull back the curtain, what would they notice that's the hardest thing?
Well, I think the initial hardest thing, and it sounds so stupid because it's social media, but I think the initial thing was just posting that first video.
Yeah.
And just thinking, is anybody going to reply? Is it going to get any traction? You know, like I've made this social media account. I have no followers. And now I'm posting a video saying I'm creating a group of Brits to meet each other. Like, it's very like jumping into the unknown, right? And like I said, I've not done social media professionally. I don't know the tricks of the trade and the engagement and do this. And, you know, I'm new to this and marketing and, you know, doing all the organizing. But yeah, that was the initial, just that, oh my gosh, I need to post, and then throw the phone to the other side of the room and don't look at it for 5 hours. And then hopefully like,
Was there a point, like, so when you get to that point where you're like, because I can remember the conversation I had about this, and it would have been at the start of 2024 when I started doing this. What was give you the gumption to do that first post? Like, was it conversations with friends? Was it conversations with your husband? Or were you just like, I'm doing it. I've got this idea. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Did you ask anyone, or did you just kind of run with it?
Yeah. Well, I spoke to the guy who created the events platform.
Okay.
And, you know, spoke over events with him. Because he was, you know, wanting to meet people and to do the events for his platform. And yeah, he's very encouraging. And he was just like, you just post, nothing to lose. Post the video, and if it gets one like, it gets one like. If nobody goes, but there's nothing to lose. And I think I'm going forward with that mentality. It's kind of like, and I'm getting to the age as well where
you're not that old, mate. I'm getting to that age where you're like, oh.
No, but I'm like, you know what? I'm learning to not care or not take things personally, right? You know, if I do an event and it doesn't go well or nobody shows, it's nothing personal. It's not because people hate me. It's because they're busy. You know, you've just got to learn to just be like, you know what? Just,
and everyone says, don't leave water off a duck's back. It's okay. You'll try, but getting to that point and having the actual, because not a lot of people do it, you know, and that's the thing you've got to give yourself credit for, is not a lot of people do it.
Yeah.
I'm the same. What do you think one thing that you've learned or noticed about the expat experience? Like, you've been here 2 years now, and all the hoops that you had to jump to get here in the first place. Like, what's one of the things that surprised you about being a British person, Irish person, or any of us, like, moving to this area that people wouldn't really know? Like, what's been the most surprising thing?
Well, I think I'm surprised by how, not surprised, but, you know, there are a lot of us here. There are a lot of Brits here. And I knew there were. And again, it's, you know, obviously I've made this group, so I'm now seeing that there are a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I think like we said, you know, it's quite isolating just being here and not working. And it's like, well, I know there are other Brits out there, but where and how do I find people? Yeah. You know?
Because that's the thing. In a place like this, like, again, I use this place as an example. Mulligan's has always been a home from home for a lot of people, but not everyone lives in the city or Hoboken or Jersey City. Like, so you're looking at people who live randomly or live in like Hackettstown, New Jersey, or Princeton, or wherever they live.
Yeah, just bringing people together. And yeah, I'm a very social person. I would say, you know, the first year or so here, I just wasn't my usual social self because I didn't know anyone. Yeah. And it's like, oh, I don't want to go to New York just to socialize and make friends and, like, you know, and it's like a weird age. I was 30 when I came here, and it's like, oh, I don't want to party every night. Like, but you know, it's like a really weird, weird age.
Because you feel like you have to, because if you don't, you're never going to meet anybody. So, like, do you kind of have it all in the daytime with the meetups? Like, you did you did the tea rooms, which I'm
Mm.
fuming about because I love that place.
Oh,
Next time you do one of the
next
tea rooms,
time,
I
yeah.
will promise you I will be there. Cake, anything to do with cake, I
Yeah.
will be there. You did a World Cup viewing party, but you do try and keep it to daytime, so it's pretty easy to get, like people can come in for a couple of hours, maybe after work, a couple of hours happy hour thing.
Yeah.
Is that kind of your focus?
Yeah, so I think I kind of want to do one kind of pub social a month. Just while, getting it going, and like the more people kind of meet each other there, then we can maybe branch out to, smaller things or, activities. But I think while it's just starting off, the easiest place is to go to a pub,
It
isn't it?
really
And
is.
it's, you have one drink and it's easier to talk to people, isn't it? And I think people are more likely, especially Brits, to meet at a pub when you don't know anybody, as opposed to go and sit in a cafe. That might be more of like an American thing, perhaps.
Definitely.
But I think as Brits, like, take us to a pub to socialize, and it's like, I'm not going to do like a coffee morning just yet.
No.
Like, I'm trying to get
get
everybody comfortable.
Yeah, there's a market for that. There is a market for that, I think. And there's definitely a market for the tea room thing. Because you never know, you might end up getting like 5 or 6 old people, or me, and my missus, who'll just come and sit there, and that's fine. But I think, you're right. I mean, I think hitting that pub scene or something during the football season or whatever. But so on that, ideally, if you and I were to sit down for a pint in 2 years' time, where would you like to see this have gone?
Just, I guess, growing in success, and just keep doing these things. I mean, it is. I'm not doing it for like any money, like I'm doing it purely as a hobby.
Yeah.
But also to socialize and meet people, right? And just, I just want it to keep growing and keep doing the events, and people meet each other and just see where it goes. Yeah.
Listen, I said to you before, I said the biggest thing about being over here for me has been connection. Whether, it's not a transactional connection. It's proper connections with people who can make, people will help you out, and it's just, this person will know this person. Like even you, and I say this all the time, even you coming in here today to meet me, it might get you in touch with 2 or 3 people that you didn't know before, and maybe those 2 or 3 people. That's just the way that it works over here. I think that's something specific about being an expat in a different country is, taking a chance or wanting to connect. Like, do you see that in yourself?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's the main thing. I would say it's the most important thing, right? Just to connect with people.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm I'm an only child, so I do very much enjoy my own company. But I also, I need friends. No, but I need the social aspect. And I like going out. I like socializing, and I like talking to people. I like asking them questions, and I like finding out about people as you do,
100%.
Yeah. Everyone has a story. Everyone has an interesting story, and everyone has so much advice to offer about being here, and just,
100%. Don't disagree with you. So this is the shameless sales pitch for you now.
Start looking in the camera.
Do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. Where can people find Brits in New Jersey? And if anyone wants to get involved with it, whether it's helping or just attending one of your events, like what can they do? You don't have to look at the camera if you don't want to. You can talk to me. But you're on Instagram. You're on
Instagram and TikTok. Brits of New Jersey. Brits of New Jersey. Yeah. And if anybody wants to help, or help us host an event, just send me a message.
Are you actively looking for that sort of thing? Like,
I mean, no, I haven't been, but if it does grow in success over time, then,
And you will travel because you've done Princeton, Flemington, Asbury Park, and Bluefield so far.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing as well. I think it's because we are very spread out. I can't just do like a Brits of Jersey City, right? Because it's too niche, I guess. And I like going around and seeing all these new places.
You want to get like little pockets of people, don't you? In different places.
Yeah. And for the most part, people are quite happy to travel a little way to these things.
Yeah.
The people who have come, they haven't just been from
that place.
They've, made the effort to travel there.
Geez, you're going to know more people than me.
No.
2 years' time. It's ridiculous. What's been the hardest part of your journey to this point?
I mean, the distance is, from home is far, and the time distance and everything. But I guess living in America is much closer than Vietnam was. So in a way, my parents are very happy to kind of have me a little bit closer.
Will they come here? It's easy.
They have been here, yeah. Oh God, can't get them away.
Jump,
yeah,
right?
They haven't been for a while actually, but yeah, they love it here. They love it.
It's easy, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, I'd say the hardest thing is just to kind of like find your identity again in a new place, and kind of just build everything not from scratch, because obviously my husband's American, so we've got that aspect. But I think just trying to like, it sounds like corny, but just trying to like find who you are now in this new environment, and it's.
Do you find it easy to stick to yourself? Like, again, being the only child and having your own little, not having to worry about siblings or anything else, and having your own little way of doing things. Do you find it easy or hard to keep hold of that? Like to keep hold of who you are when you move to so many different places?
No, I think I think I'm
got a good grasp of yourself.
Yeah. I'd like to think so. People might disagree, but I think I don't know. I think it's just, and just such a different environment. Being in the US is so different to being in Vietnam. I have thought maybe the move from London to here would have been easier in ways.
Yeah.
But I think going from Vietnam to here, where it's so different, and just trying to find your footing again, and just being like, okay, now I'm 31, living in New Jersey, don't know many people, don't have a job at the time, just very much like, okay, now I've been put here, time to like do something, right? Time to build something, and time to like be myself, and just
So you work for a non-profit at the moment. So do you want to give us a little bit of insight on that?
Yeah, so we support asylum seekers who are coming here, and mostly the Haitian community.
Yeah,
which is not I guess surprised me, because I had until you do it, or until you do anything, you don't know it.
Yeah, no.
Do you know? No, I've worded that really badly.
No. You don't know what you don't know.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. It's hard work. It's tough. Again, I don't want to sound corny and cliche, but it's just nice to help people who need assistance. And again, like I've lived in other countries. I've very different to their situation, but everyone needs help and support.
Yeah.
Where they move, especially moving here under very difficult circumstances in their home countries. I'm moving here and being upset that I don't have friends. Like they're moving here
because they have to move
because
here.
they have to move here, right? It's very, and it puts it into perspective. And I think, my journey to moving here was so difficult, and then it's like, oh, it was, and I'm not, I'm not disregarding anyone's difficulties, but then
that's a different level of perspective, isn't it? Yeah. Do you find that your experiences help you? Like, are you able to have conversations with people, or are you just doing something else within that company?
Oh no, yeah, we so I teach.
Okay.
And I teach job readiness training, like interview prep, things like that.
Oh, okay. So you are pretty hands-on as well with it.
Yeah.
So that's so you do have the opportunity. Like you said, you can't relate to everything, but you can relate to some things. Oh, that's good. No, that's quite cool.
Yeah, and I think we all have our own little lives, and we're so caught up in our own problems, and then it just opens your eyes. But I think, moving to Vietnam as well, like very opened my perspective on the world. And I think if I'd have just stayed in Leeds or London, and just continued my life there, obviously with age, you get more understanding and perspective. But I think moving to Vietnam, like, okay, there's a big world out there, right? There's a big world. There's other things going on.
So on that, if Leeds Katie could see you now and how far she'd come to this point, what do you think she would say?
I think she'd just be like, God, that was so random, but I wouldn't expect anything less, I don't know. I think my life just took a really random turn. And again, everything happens for a reason. And I'm kind of going with the flow. And even just over 3 years ago, I had no idea that I'd be moving to America.
Mm.
You know, obviously my husband's American, but we
Didn't plan.
Yeah. So it's like, I feel, all these twists and turns, they all happen for a reason.
Yeah, true. So for anyone listening who's just landed somewhere and they're in the same sort of situation that you might have been in, feel a little bit lonely, what's one piece of advice that you would give them?
The first thing that came to my mind was, put yourself out there. But I know that's easier said than done, right? Social media is great these days. I think just try and find what interests you. I don't know. Just put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, it's not going to come to you.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen? You put yourself out.
Yeah, put yourself. Yeah.
We've both done it. We've both done it this week.
I'm not going to make friends sat at home, sad about not making friends.
Yeah.
You've got to be proactive, right? And you've got to put yourself out there, which is, again, I feel like I had my moving here, not that it knocked my confidence, but just kind of like finding that footing again.
Yeah.
And I think I've found that. And it's like, okay, now I am ready to just
kick on.
Yeah, just put myself out there. And
it's good.
Life's too short. Life is too short.
I do not disagree with you,
honestly.
mate. I am learning that every day. I'm learning every day. All right.
Yeah.
Last question. If you could describe this conversation in one sentence, what would you say?
Honest.
That's a good one. That's one word. Not even a sentence.
One sentence.
Oh, no, one word. In fairness, that's pretty good. I'd take honest if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I have to bribe you with more chocolate. That's good. I think that's good enough.
Honest, just,
No, I'm all over that.
Yeah.
I'll take honest.
Yeah.
I'll put that on my flyers.
Yeah.
Katie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice. And you didn't even get halfway down your pint.
What am I doing? I was scared of the orange. I'm taking this orange out.
You don't have to be too posh.
I thought it was going to hit me in the face.
Mate, thank you so much.
No worries, thank you.
Before you go though, so this is why I'm trying to get you to drink a little bit more of this, is so typically I'll do quick fire questions at the end. So as best as you can.
Okay.
Just bear with me as best you can as well. All right. So crisps, chocolate or biscuits? What would you choose if you had to choose?
Crisps.
Any particular types?
Walkers.
Any particular flavour?
Salt and vinegar.
It's pretty standard, but also very good.
It's a good one, though.
I know. I brought salt and vinegar McCoys back the other day.
I do miss McCoys.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. Very good. All right. Would you rather go chippy tea or roast dinner? This is proper decision-making skills, this.
Roast dinner.
Is there any particular piece of a roast dinner that is key?
Yorkshire puddings.
Correct answer. That is
the only correct answer.
That is the correct answer.
As a Yorkshire woman.
Yes. How are your Yorkshire pudding making skills?
Terrible.
Are they?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not from Yorkshire, but
my
missus is from Essex, and she's getting better.
Oh, yeah,
she's getting better.
Yeah, my mum makes a good Yorkshire pudding.
You gotta get on that. What is one Olympic sport that you seriously think you could do with minimal training?
Breakdancing.
That interpretive dancing
Yeah,
thing.
but I think they took it off because
that Australian woman was absolutely
I think she
shite.
just but come on, if she can do it, anyone can.
Fair. What's your go-to karaoke song?
I do love karaoke. I mean, I've got a lot. In Vietnam, karaoke was
it's proper.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to be profiling them, but I had a feeling. Go on. Let's do this. What about 5 or 6
blue moons?
5 or 6 blue moons in. What are you singing now?
Oh, probably something
horrendously
like
as well.
Yeah, and probably something like really deep that just kills the mood. You know, where like you put on a really sad song and just the whole mood is just
by myself.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah. The whole, and I'm very similar to my mom. She's the same. We just kill the mood, and then it's like, sorry guys, let's sing something happy now.
I'm gonna have to find something that kills the mood. I'll send it to you. All right. What's your most used emoji at the moment?
Probably I love the little. Well, maybe I'm using it wrong. You know, the one where it's like panicked, but it's like the teardrop coming from the head.
Is that what that is?
But that's what I use it for, as like a like stressed.
Oh, okay.
That's my go-to.
I'm on that at the moment. That salute one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Only because I'm on it.
Yes,
that's the only one that I'm doing at the moment. Though.
That's a good one.
That other one in the face. I always do that one as well. All right. What was the last lie that you told?
Oh,
that you were good at karaoke?
Maybe, or maybe that I wasn't going to have a beer.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you told your mate before you
Yeah,
walked
I was
in.
like, no beer.
All right, who would play you in a movie?
Who's Northern? Someone from Coronation Street. I don't know actors' names. I'm really bad.
Something off Emmerdale.
Maybe. Yeah,
Someone
maybe.
off Emmerdale.
Yeah.
All right, things from the US that would definitely work in England.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, these are terrible
Oh my
answers. I'm
God.
so sorry.
We're going to have to do this again. 100% has to be
What,
pizza.
pizza? Oh, double-decker trains.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good shout,
Yeah.
that. Think about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like so many are going to come to me now.
I'm going to text me later and be like,
but yeah.
I know. All right. This has to be one. What's one American phrase that you use now that you would definitely get battered for if you went home?
Not a phrase, but I found myself saying right.
Ooh,
No, it was just like an okay, like right.
That is proper American.
I say right a lot now.
2 years in, you're doing that. Yeah,
Oh, and
that's
what's another one?
slope.
Yeah, another one my husband said, and when I first said it, he was like, where did that come from?
Right.
I'm good.
I do that at home all the time. Someone went, oh, good, yeah. I was like, oh,
yeah,
God.
yeah.
Is there any Yorkshire phrases that your husband now says?
I guess like you're right.
Does he say that all the
Yeah,
time?
like
Does he say,
you're right. Or again, like he definitely knows what to say now when I ask him that. I'm not asking you, are you all right? It's just like, you all right? Yeah.
That's
You know, I'm trying to think what else he says because he has picked up on some.
Is there anything he makes fun of you for, though? Does he make fun of any of them?
What does he say? He says I like really emphasize my K's on the end of a word, like think. And he's always like, think. Like he says I like really emphasize
I never
it.
thought about that one.
Yeah,
Think.
that's a weird one.
It's weird enough, though, isn't it?
Yeah, think.
Right, give me a karaoke song.
Oh,
If you had a choice between Girls Aloud, Love Machine,
Oh,
I Need a Hero.
say Bonnie Tyler.
Is it Bonnie Tyler?
I
No,
don't
yes,
know.
because she died the other day, didn't she?
no.
Bless.
Oh.
Too soon. Or Wonderwall.
Oh, yeah, Love Machine. Yeah.
Done.
Yeah,
All right,
done.
perfect.
Girls
Mate,
Aloud.
thank you so much.
Thank you
that
for
was
having
brilliant.
me.
I really appreciate it. And I wish you the best of luck. And if you need
Thank
help with
you.
anything, I am happy to help and get involved.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
Brilliant. All right.
Yay! Oh, that was so fun.
Thanks for listening to today's episode. If you or someone you know has a story to share, we'd love to hear from you. Reach out to us via our socials or visit www.crossingthepondpodcast.com to get in touch. Please be sure to subscribe, like, or leave a comment if you can. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Cross Pond Podcasting.